the basic principle behind how this ultrasound will be applied. But since during some practical, you have to use this machine, so you cannot avoid really to memorize it. So now, okay. But if makalimot gani mo sa mga switch or knob, etc., ang when I say principles sa modalities that before you're going to use, you have to read first the brochure of the machine to be familiar with the machine. Okay, each machine really have different adjustable switches or knobs. Okay, so let's be familiar first with these different knobs there. So this one would be your main switch on and off. So we're going to using standard kung 0, that is sure kita mo dyan. Gawin mo ng bulb head. Yung kita dyan on side. Sure. So usually I start with this one versus the end ramp. If ever it's off, they have a symbol there with 0. If on, it's vertical line. Yeah, so you just have to switch that on. Plug. There. So there. So musound yun siya. If ma-appear kay 0, 0, that will indicate that inside the machine is functioning well. If ever na-align horizontal line, so that will indicate there's something wrong with the machine. Okay, next, this knob here. Okay, this is a selector knob used to select which type of ultrasound you're going to use, whether it's pulse or continuous. So, ano man sa pulse or continuous? So, if ever continuous, pasabot, always siya naghatag of energy on. So, if ever sa continuous, always siya on, so there's more thermal effect. Okay, more thermal effect, more heating up of the tissue. So, if you have if you want to heat up more your tissue, then you have to use a continuous type of ultrasound. Kung di kayo mo ganyahan o mo heat up ang tissue, then you have to use the other type of ultrasound. Okay. So, usually if ever you have this continuous or those chronic cases or contracture, usually involves more heating. Next, this one. Okay, and money siya included yung sa machine na hataw. If ever you have this Mauritia square root, kanina symbol, you have seen this one. So, square root siya ba? So, masabot, once, diba, square root mo, saka niya na. So, once masaka na yun on, state na yun na siya always on. Hindi na siya mo-off. Mo na siya continuous. Mo ana gani na ang line mo saka niya mo ubos kasabot nanay on and off here, on and off. So mag on and off gani siya. So pasabot, that would indicate pulse type of ultrasound. Pulse. So sa pulse type kay di man siya always naghatag ultrasonic energy. So there's less thermal effect ang pulse. Okay, so you have 3 types of pulse ultrasound here. This is the ratio there. You have 0.5 is to 9.5. 1 is to 9. Then 2 is to 8. Pasabot na. Ang kanang lesser values, those are the on nga phase. Katong larger values, those are the off nga phase. So on siya on the if you're facing it on the left side, na off on the right side. So basta kinsa tay gamay nga values, usually the on. So, muhatag siya ultrasonic energy. And this is in terms of milliseconds. So, like, if you have a ratio of 2 is to 8, pasabatan na is 2 milliseconds siya mo on, 8 milliseconds siya mo off. Then, if you have 1 is to 9, so, you have 1 millisecond mo on, 9 millisecond mo off. So, mahog nga, ang 1 ko niya is 10 milliseconds. So, yan yun. So, if you have 0.5 is to 9.5, pasabot na 0.5 millisecond ang on, 9.5 milliseconds ang off. If we're going to compare all these 3 pulse ultrasound, you would expect that the ratio of 0.5 is to 9.5 is the is the type of pulse ultrasound that gives the least thermal effect. Or we can even say nga wa kay thermal effect. Ang 0.5 is to 9.5 because mubo for a very short time na siya muhatag og energy. Usually we apply this pulse if you do want less thermal effect or you don't want thermal effect na mo produce. So like there are certain condition like acute na pwede ma-apply ultrasound if we don't want to apply thermal effect there kaya kasi mo exaggerate kung na-heat. So muna siya more ang micromassage atong i-apas. So you can use your pulse. If ever it's very acute there, so you can even use your 0.5 is to 9.5. Okay, there's less or minimal thermal effect. Yeah. So there siya. So you just have to move this adjustable knob. Okay, next, this one. This is the display setting for the time. So you have minutes there. So usually ultrasound, pila minutes siya giingon sa lecture. Pila ka minutes daan but parameters there na mga animation si Miss Janice. Usually pila. And daw. Sa inyong book, it's 10. Usually in clinical practice, it's 5 minutes. But pwede yung version 10. Usually sa clinical practice here, itong setup local, it's 5. Look, 5, 10, 15, again, depending on later, depending also on the cut. Ano siya? If there would be more area to be, there's a larger area to be treated, usually have a longer duration pag apply sa ultrasound. Like for example, low back, ano naman, okay, so ultrasound, you have to move the head. So, move ni mo sa head, if wider ang area, so you have, i-move ang head nito. Kung short duration na yung i-apply, tendency, pag mo kabalik, mo end na ang inyong treatment nga time or duration. So, we need nga, at least makabalik yun siya sa yung in-stroking mo. So, muna siya, if larger ang area to be treated, we usually prescribe a longer duration. Okay, how to adjust this time? So, you just use this select adjustable switch. So, you have there in minutes. So, arrow up means increasing the time. Arrow down is decreasing the time. So, if you want to increase that, you just press that one. Cannot press that one to by head na tao. Sige lang. So, suppose ano ni siya, ana ni mo, i-press na siya, or steady mo, saka na siya, then decreasing the time, reduce na siya down. Later na head mo. Ano? So, money siya ang used to adjust the time. Next, this one. This is the display.